Peace and blessings, and welcome to a global awakening origin. Which came first, the instrument or the music? The first physical instruments were bone flutes, drums, which begs the question, did the universe begin with a big bang? Or did life originally start with Sky Woman coming down to create Turtle Island with a sacred seed and mud? Or did Brahma emerge from a cosmic egg to create everything in existence? What does origin mean to you? And what might our collective origin mean in a world divided by every ism and schism and searching only for what's ahead and some shiny future? What does a supposed beginning have to do with our world so focused on endings? Why did the one divide itself to the many just to merge back into the one again? If we all started as one, one planet, one universe, one tribe, how come we've forgotten the essential ingredient of life, our interdependent origination? Is it just the original peoples of the world that know of their origin and their original instructions? Perhaps it wasn't the instrument or the music after all. It was rather the original consciousness that created and sang us all into being.
There is no us and them. There is only us. We're all connected, bound by one planet, one shared destiny. The time has come to change the narrative and remember who we truly are, beyond borders and differences. Let us heal what has been divided and restore balance to the earth we share. Join the Origin Global Celebration, October 17, 2026. Uniting 1 billion hearts in a synchronized moment of intention. One humanity rising together. The moment has come.
Yes, y'all. Now we're going to meet the founders of Origin. Dr. Zach Bush, a physician specializing in internal medicine, an internationally recognized thought leader in the gut microbiome as it relates to health, disease, food systems. He's working to tirelessly create a global community and a regenerative future for the health of all of Earth's children.
Origin aims to do this collective event simultaneously across the world with activations in every biosphere that the planet offers, beginning with our in-person event at the Cradle of Humanity in South Africa. We will be sparking this trend of the field effect of the new Origin throughout the world.
Also, Lamara Hartwell, who is the great-granddaughter of the co-founder of ExxonMobil. Lamara has actually dedicated her life to transforming and using her power as a philanthropist and activist to transform the legacies of the fossil fuel industry.
So the origin of Origin. On my side, honestly, it started with a couple years ago. I was having these visions come to me on a regular basis where I was seeing this is a time for humanity to come together and have there be a converging moment, and having us come together in person in a power spot on the planet, and at the same time having it be filmed and broadcast so people in communities all over the world could also be connecting in the same moment. That really what we're needing right now is this big reset to be able to go back to ground zero and remember the one thing that we all can unify on is that we're human and we all live on this planet.
Chris Decker, 30 years of industry experience in conscious entertainment, one of the originators of the global concert for impact model and the true visionary behind my favorite festival, Earth Dance.
And Zach was one of our keynotes that I invited last year, actually. It was in October. And we met there and he downloaded it. We got to know each other and had this great immediate connection. And he shared with me on the island this vision he had of doing an event called Origin at the Cradle of Humanity, which was north of Johannesburg. He had a download. He told me he shared this download he had there about our origin of humanity. So it was like a sort of birthing point, if you like.
And doing this together literally creates the space in which the cells will self-organize to this new embryonic design, this new embryonic expression of humanity. My deep wish is that the only thing that goes extinct in these coming years and decades is our inhumanity.
And to be able to have $1 billion go towards the most powerful projects and organizations on the planet right now that can take us to the whole next level on the earth and bringing in new systems, new products, you name it, to be able to all be living here in a more regenerative way.
Origin Festival is really here to pivot a few generations of humanity towards this new keystone relationship with the planet.
Origin is a moment the world has been waiting for, maybe without even knowing it. A moment to remember who we are and where we come from. When I built Hubcast, it was with one belief at the center, that media can reconnect humanity and that technology can help us feel each other again. And now we have a chance to bring 1 billion people into one shared heartbeat on October 17th, 2026. Between now and that day, we'll be creating a series of global broadcasts, gatherings, and cultural events, each one revealing the wisdom, the beauty, and the solutions emerging around the world. These moments are designed to guide us, to lift us, and to prepare us for that synchronized celebration of our common origin. And step by step, event by event, we build towards the day humanity remembers itself as one common family.
Wow, wow, wowee. Now that you've heard the source code from our founders, let's keep this celestial ball rolling, which is apropos because now we visit with the primordial sound of creation heard through the amazing lens of OMM. That's OMMM, a global collective dedicated to the revelation of consciousness through any means necessary. This is such a beautiful, beautiful project. We're gonna visit with them as they go on their latest epic and mythological production of the Bolivian Amazon, where they brought together a remarkable group of musicians, scientists, elders, and wisdom keepers to not only perform for nature, but to make offerings and to heal with the greater than human cosmos.
How we came up with this event was we were in Bolivia and we were aware that COP30 was coming up. It was branded as the first rainforest COP.
And then from there, we went on to the Museum of Consciousness with Carl Hayden Smith and Cass Cornell, who are both individually and together really amazing. And they're both ambassadors as well. And the reason they came into the picture is, when we came up with this concept of, instead of being so extractive from nature, what happens if we give to nature? What happens if we just love nature? What if we show her gratitude? How do we do that? Do we do it with prayers? Do we do it with offerings? Do we sit and meditate and forest bathe? Do we sing? Music is a big part of OM. So we did all of the above.
It's a very fascinating proposal, right? Go to, move away from a human focus, go into the Amazon and play music to the trees, the plants, and the animals.
I want to carve out something as beautiful as I can to express my love and thanks to humanity, to people, to nature, to the air, to the things that make this world so beautiful. And that's why music is so transformative. At the end of the day, we are all vibrating, and we're all vibrations. Our brain waves are vibrations. The light is vibrations. The music, the sound is vibrations. The water is vibrations.
We came to the Amazon with a simple intention: to offer love back to the planet that gives us life. A concert to nature, because when we show gratitude to the earth, she responds. This is Love Your Mother. To understand how to do this with sincerity, we learn from those who have never forgotten. Indigenous leaders from the Amazon and the Andes, wisdom keepers who live in continuous relationship with nature, guided us through 4 days of elemental ceremony. Air, water, fire, earth, not as ceremonies to watch, but as ways of remembering that nature is alive and listening. And we offered music, vibration, frequency, devotion, a universal language of appreciation. Because music isn't just sound, it's emotion, it's intention. It's how we say to the planet, we feel you, we honor you, we are here. Scientists captured subtle shifts in nature's resonance during moments of song, coherence, and prayer. Early signs reflecting what we already feel in our hearts. The earth responds to love. And sometimes she responds visibly. After days of stillness, the river rose overnight, meeting our voices with her own. Wisdom, ceremony, science, and intention culminated in a concert for nature. Artists from Bolivia and around the world, not performing for applause, not singing to entertain, but offering their voices to the forests, to the river, to the sky. Nature was the co-creator, the star. More than a concert, Love Your Mother is a ceremony of gratitude, where music becomes devotion and the earth listens. Because when we show up with love, nature responds in energy, in movement, in resonance, and in the quiet, undeniable knowing that we are part of her and she is part of us. This is how we heal the world and how we heal ourselves.
But there's nothing like just being there and hearing the birds and the crickets and the animals just join in, and seeing birds fly in and just be there, amongst it. That to me was almost the most powerful thing.
I felt nature receiving the serenade that was going on. I felt nature receive and almost sing back to me. It was like we were singing together to each other. It was really beautiful. It was like nothing I've ever experienced before.
And realizing that the animals react differently to different sounds. I was just communicating with a monkey who was just, we were going on a little trip together. I was singing, the monkey was singing. Generally, I noticed that what they really love, which is a universal sound for taking care, for mothering, and that's the humming sound. I had a monkey on my shoulder, just slowly falling asleep as I was humming, And up to that, we were in ceremony with the abuelas, with the indigenous tribes of Bolivia, and they showed us their rituals and their ways to connect with nature, with Pachamama, and offering thanks to her. So we had 4 rituals every day connected to a different element, to the water, the air, the earth, the fire.
And it was extraordinary because the very next day when we were going to do our ceremony, go and look at the venue and the space that we were having this concert, and the wind whipped up. I mean, I happened to do my salutations to the sun in the morning on the grass, and the wind was so heavy it was nearly blowing me over. And then we went to the place where we were having the concert, and the wind again was speaking to us. It was like really alive. And then the next day was the water ceremony, and we'd driven past the very big river in Bolivia, which is the one of the feeders to the Amazon River.
And another thing was the river was completely dry when we got there. I couldn't believe it. It was horrifying in a way, just where's the river?
The day of the water ceremony, the river was dry. Then there were torrential rainfalls and lightning, the biggest, longest lightning that I'd seen, which meant the next day the river was overflowing. But not only was it overflowing, we were singing by the river, and the water would come up and splash with each note.
Maybe it was just coincidence, but it did feel like a response, let's say that.
Un mundo que está tan materializado o convertido a un materialismo y al metalismo del dinero, a mí me parecía muy importante encontrar a un grupo de personas que tengan el interés por la espiritualidad.
In this world, which is full and born of the materialism and full of material things, for him to meet some people who is care and sensitive about the world and what's happening in the world, and mainly for the spirituality, give him a lot of joy and happiness.
We all agreed that it would be vitally important to have the indigenous peoples, the indigenous communities from the land that we were going to go and create this concert in gratitude and appreciation for the earth to be present. We wanted not only for them to be included, but also to be blessed by them, so that they felt completely honored in this project.
The universe is assembling beautiful communities of people that want a better way, that are a little bit exhausted, quite frankly, of everything that's going on, and want to put their attention and their energy towards something that's positive.
When you're caring for the planet in the way that you would care for someone you love, which is how it should be, that we should treat nature like our most precious lover, how we would treat them, then it changes, and love is action.
The one thing that I understand is that we are also in a crisis of imagination. And so having this concert in the middle of the Amazon is about imagination and love and beauty. And that was so powerful to be a part of that ceremony, hoping that we can do something, not only for us right now, but something for future generations.
I think that we're all stuck in this cult of productivity. So to drop into pure consciousness, pure awareness, through whatever means that is, whether it's through sound, through meditation, through breath work, I think it's absolutely vital that we tap into our full dynamic range of consciousness. And I think sound does have the power to do that in a way that you don't really have a choice.
The world is vibration. We've heard it so many times. Everybody's saying it. Everything is vibration. Everything is resonance. Everything is connected to frequency. What we see, we're living in a world of frequency. So of course, sound is the answer. Of course, music is the answer.
Good vibrations, the vibrations who healing people help the people to discover and to connect with this nature. So we need to create the new vibrations who help all of us to support each other and make us stronger.
Everybody has a different strand or a different way of connecting to source or the universe or God, if you even want to use that word. And so find your strand and commit to practicing to it every single day.
Wow, thank you, Om. What an extraordinary journey to Bolivia and to the Amazon, bringing artists, scientists, all of these extraordinary folks together. I was definitely with you all in spirit, had that invitation. Just amazing. I can't even imagine having a monkey on the shoulder instead of monkey on my back. You know what I mean? Anyway, I am just absolutely delighted because we have now tuning in with us live from Sao Paulo Airport post COP30, our senior Hubcast correspondent, Rebecca Irby. Please welcome Rebecca.
Hey,
How you doing,
so
Rebecca?
great to be here with you. Oh my goodness, it looks wonderful over there. Thanks for
Oh,
having me on.
we are so happy and so grateful for your dedication just to be there. What a journey. Tell us about your COP30 experience in the Amazon and this convergence at this existential moment for humanity.
Thank you so much, Aaron. It's really been absolutely incredible. I've seen a number of COPs on UN TV and through live streams. So this is actually my first time getting to go in person. And for all of the COPs that I've seen in the past, this one was actually called the People's COP and the COP of Truth. And it was such an honor to be there and be able to engage with so many of the Indigenous leaders. It was truly heartwarming and touching. We really got to engage with all of the elements, which you'll see throughout this entire broadcast. It's it was intense at times. Fire even came and visited us at the conference center, and that was my last day at COP. And I think it's interesting the irony of talking about how hot the world is becoming, specifically in the Amazon. It was one of the main issues that the Indigenous folks were bringing to us. And to see the conference center actually catch on fire due to the heat that was there. And it was an electrical fire. It wasn't set by anyone. It was actually miraculous that no one was injured.
That is deep. And
Really
I'm so glad that you were there. I'm so excited about sharing out the incredible connections and interviews and all of what has happened there, the good, the bad, and the ugly, all of it. Can you tell us a little bit about the interview that we're going to share out now?
Yeah, I believe we have the interview with Mendahi, and he is the founder of Earth Elders, such an incredible organization. And one of the messages that came across pretty much every single interview that I did there, but specifically with him, is there can be nothing created without the people that are impacted the most. You know, in all of these communities, we have a saying, nothing for us without us. And that came through so loud and so clear in this People's COP and COP of Truth. We can bring more of our Indigenous leaders, our elders, into these high-level negotiations and ensure that they're treated with as much respect as leaders of any country. And
Yes.
honestly, we should really be treating them with the most respect. They
That-
hold all of our ancient knowledge.
So thank you so much. And folks, let's check this interview out. We're going to keep the show rolling. Peace.
Thank you, Aaron.
Domindeha, thank you so much for joining us today for this interview. I wanted to ask you, what was your hope in coming to COP?
Well, this is my almost 15, 16 COP. I was in the first one when the documents were signed in 1992 in Rio.
Amazing.
So from that space, time and space, to now, we are in Brazil again. It means from Rio to Belém.
Yes.
It's a long journey. We have seen that the only document that was very strong, it has been the Paris Agreement. But many aspects of the Paris Agreement are not binding. So that's the problem. So my desire as original nations, communities and peoples is to be taken into consideration in the decision-making process. Because we are not parties, but we are the most affected.
And you have the most knowledge of how to help sustain and remediate.
Yes, because we know how to envision nature as sacred.
Yes.
The sacred relationship that we have with the animals, with the plants, with the minerals, with the sky, with the stars, is a sacred one. So when you hear about negotiations, it's a very important word because they are thinking about this system, the system that destroys life and takes over.
That's destroying and
extract instead of giving back, instead of taking care, giving care.
Stewardship.
So that's what we are seeing in that we could see a change, but we are not seeing that change. So as the leaders that we are, because we have the ancestral wisdom, how to behave, how to care, how to really honor the past, but also honor the future.
Thank you so much. Is there anything else that you would like the viewers at home to know?
Yes, this is a call for you. If your life, if your family, if your community, if your enterprise, if your country, your government are not given enough care of life, we invite you to come back home and remember who we are in the concept of life. We are just another species. We need to regain collective dignity as human beings. This is the time, and the time is now to act, to feel, to come together in this unification process for the good living and for the care of life. Kamadi.
So Kishi, your time here. I actually work at the United Nations, and I just started a committee for dignity. And I would love to invite your organization, Earth Elders, to join us. And one of the big projects we are working on is to ensure that all Indigenous elders are recognized as leaders, as the subject matter expert.
Excellent.
And so that's the UN stated goal. My goal on top of is to create an office of Indigenous relations so that you are recognized as a state, as the leader of your land. So we have 5 years. I've been elected. So we're going to be working on that in the next 5 years. And I would love to work with you closely on that.
Sounds really.
Thank you so much.
So let's keep in touch. You have my.
Absolutely. Do you hug?
We are the ones So join us in this critical moment in human history. May your day be blessed.
We have less than 10 years to work together to prevent irreversible damage to our planet and its inhabitants. Join us to become part of the solution to the world's most pressing environmental and social challenges. When you become a Global Green member, your donation will help us create a world that shows respect for nature, protects universal human rights, and promotes a culture of peace. We support underserved communities by creating catalytic programs that educate and empower residents to address climate change in their neighborhoods. Our international reforestation projects help revitalize the planet's lungs and our greatest source of biodiversity. With the support of people like you, we will be the change we wish to see in the world, together.
Welcome to the Global Music Spotlight. My name is Ezra Kwizera from East Africa. I wrote this song to honor the incredible strength of my mother. During the first genocide in Rwanda, she fled as a teenager to Uganda in 1959, where she raised 7 children on her own through war and hardship. I dedicate this song to all mothers around the world who love, nurture, and protect the children. Ubuntu is an ancient African word that means humanity to others. As we say, Ubuntu, Ubuntu, Abantu, a person is a person through other people. I am because you are. I am because we are. Peace and blessings. Enjoy, Mama.
This song is for my mama, mama, yeah. Esa mvagichi ngorichi mama, kugira ngo umenye ishimwe riri mu mutima wanje. Ni byinshi wakoze kugira ngo mbaho wabwiwe nabi na benshi yuzura umunabi. Imbaraga z'umutima yo zirutisa amaboko yo, ko wicaye mu ntebe y'ababiri uyuzura muri umwe. Yari ifite amaguru abiri wayibereye ukwa gatatu, yicaramo sinayirima. Ay, mama, I love you so much, so much. What we call you, mama, mighty woman, warrior, blessed woman, yeah, peaceful at the same time. You're a fighter, mama. You're a giver, not a receiver. Forgiver, tell me, mama, are you do that? Are you do that? Oh, bless my mama. Igwe Oluwa, thank you for my mama. Oh, mama. Mama, I love you so much. So much. Mama, I love you so much. So much. I love you so much,
Really excited to continue threading this global yarn, this narrative, this mythological moment, as it were, for humanity. As we heal our core relationship with Mother Earth, we are going to go back to the heart of the Amazon, to Belém, to COP30, the Conference of Parties, to visit with one of our extraordinary, truly remarkable world changers, Mr. Jimmy Cohen, a Hubcast correspondent on the ground, as well as the Grow founder of TreeGens. Jimmy, what's up? I'm so excited to see you. Can't wait to hear about COP. How has your experience been? Tell us everything, bro.
My experience has been nothing short of life-changing. I'm being able to speak with so many environmental leaders, both on the ground, NGOs, and ministers of environment, has really led to this coalition to flourish from what started as one country setting a world record by getting 714 million trees planted in a single day. That was in Ethiopia, 29 million planters. So now we have 9 countries committed to doing the same thing, a countrywide tree planting day. It's going to be historic. On June 5th, World Environment Day, we will be getting more than 1 billion trees planted in a single day, which has never been done before, but we're going to make it happen. And we've also connected with some massive funds and folks that can fuel this regenerative activity on the ground. And it's just been a melting pot of some of the most passionate environmental, people who are taking action in so many different ways, coming together so that we can be stronger together and make even more impact. So it's been absolutely phenomenal so far.
Extraordinary. It truly gives me hope for my just now 9-year-old daughter and her generation and the next 7 generations. This is really happening, and at a time when we face global collapse, ecological collapse. This, to me, represents the tipping point.
Actually, right after COP30, the Venezuelan government is flying me to Venezuela such that we can start taking action immediately. Though we have about 7 months until this massive tree planting day happens, we're already taking action right now. And there's so much enthusiasm from certain ministers of environment to unite their whole country, to bring everyone together and to make history by getting more trees planted in a 24-hour period than have ever been planted before. And that's just the beginning once we accomplish that, right? It's going to lead to so much forward momentum to keep breaking such records and regenerating. And I'm a part of TreeGens, which is a decentralized autonomous organization, people all around the world taking action in so many different ways as a part of this DAO. And there's so many different, not just countries, but NGOs and influencers and indigenous communities at the center of that as well, that are really coming together under one movement so that we can take massive action. And let's grow.
Let's grow! Let's grow! Let's grow! Let's grow! Let's grow! Let's grow! Let's grow!
Indigenous leaders from all over the world are prophesizing a really similar thing, which is right now we are at that time of this rebirth of the planet happening, where we begin anew. And there's so much in indigenous cultures that those of us that are in the modern world, it is vital for us to remember.
This next rebirth process will see more connected, interconnected species in their participation of the reimagining of this planet than ever before. When we remember ourselves connected, we will become part of the solution for a rebirthing so great and grand that it is difficult to imagine where this planet will go.
This Origin project is in this moment of the actual event next October 2026, is that to have 1 billion people go outside and put their feet on the earth and remember.
The synchronized prayer will be created and led by Indigenous First Nation elders. So imagine a prayer, imagine this moment when the whole world is leaning in and honoring this moment of connection. And the prayer will be, each line of the prayer will be spoken by an indigenous elder from different lands across the world. And the first line of the prayer will be from New Zealand, where the sun hits the first country on the earth in our sort of 24-hour clock. So then it will travel all across the world with all these different nations. All these different First Nation elders will be sharing with their true mother tongue a line from a sacred prayer or a ceremonial song or some piece of wisdom will be shared. The second part of the synchronized global moment is an invitation for everyone to touch the earth. So we're inviting everyone to put their hands on the earth. If you can, go out into nature, go out into a city park and touch the earth and make 3 affirmations from yourself of what you see as a new future for our planet. And the third part, after we do that, is this moment of global celebration, and it'll be a synchronized global music track that will be uplifting. And then the idea then is to bring it into your body and dance it.
And they are using things like song and dance and coming together outside at night around a fire, for example.
Origin is a global event that is recognizing the opportunity to transform our story and our sense of identity as humanity in relationship to nature.
Thank you all so much for sticking with us in this extraordinary launch of the Origin Initiative, a global awakening, a movement that requires all of us to come together and orient towards solutions rooted in original instructions. I want to encourage you all to continue to vibe with us, collaborate, build, connect, and come together as we take this journey with multiple broadcasts and amazing work all around the world, culminating next October in South Africa. Stay tuned, y'all. Peace and blessings.
Don't stress cause you're blessed. When you count your blessing, take time to reflect on how much you got. Yeah. It may not be all that you want. Remember someone somewhere is dreaming to have what you got. What you got? What you got? When you count your blessing, take time to reflect on how much you got. Yeah, it may not be all that you want. Remember, someone somewhere is dreaming to have what you got. I say what you got. Oh, my blessing come from above. Blessed by the mighty and majestic, King of King, Lion and the Lamb. Who just blesses, no one can curse. Count your blessings one by one. Your blessings, no one can curse. Count your blessings one by one. Waking up in the morning time, I and I count my blessings one by one. You get me joyous, deep as the ocean. I won't stress cause I know I'm blessed. I'm blessed.